Elizabeth Curry.
Okay, chatting now with the Graceland's women's coach, Elizabeth Curry. And, Coach, you fall to William Penn, I guess, on Wednesday night, but sounds like your girls battled pretty well, pretty close game.
Yeah, we're learning how to battle. I think that's the first game that we've played with a substantial lead. So with a group trying to learn how to win, I think we played at the end a little bit not to lose. Take nothing away from William Penn with the way they competed. But the ladies battled, but we've got to be able to finish games, and we're getting closer and closer to that. So I'm really pleased at where we're continuing to grow throughout the season.
Well, we saw you all early in the season up at Lamoni. It was a close game throughout the first half and into the third quarter. Then the Vikings kind of went on a run, but I thought your girls battled pretty well that day.
Yeah, I thought we matched up pretty well. We start well, and like you said, we had that lull in the third, and that's the difference in the game for us.
Well, and Sydney Vaughn, a junior, averaging 17 points a game, 8 rebounds. She's doing a good job for you.
That's typical Sid. She just works, she plays hard, she practices the same way she plays, and one of those kids you love to coach because you look up the scoreboard, doesn't matter up 20, down 20, she's going to play at that same tempo.
Today you play Missouri Valley. As we said, you battled them earlier in the year. What are the keys for your girls this afternoon?
I think on the road, big time, and just defensively, we're going to make sure we get down and contain on closeouts, get out on the three-point shooters, and then we've got a board. We've got to win the battle of the boards on both ends.
All right, we'll get the comments from Coach Tim Dixon at our first timeout of our ball game today. The starting lineups are being introduced. Avery Roan, a 5'10 senior, introduced to this crowd. So is Allie Salone, 11-point scorer, 5'9 senior. Also, Sydney Vaughn, we talked about her, 17 points a game. She is a 5'11 junior. And also in the starting lineup is Emily Work, a 6.3 scorer a game, 5'7 junior. For the Vikings, they'll go with Deidre McCoy. She's their leading scorer. Deidre out of Hot Springs, Arkansas, a 5'9 sophomore. Andressa Augusto, 11.9 a game, 5'6 senior out of Brazil. Kiana Horton, 11.3 a game out of Indianapolis. She'll be in the middle, 6'1 senior. Raina Smith out of St. Louis, a 5'7 senior. And then Ashley Ward, a 6'1 junior, getting a start today. Joe, when I talked to Tim Dixon, we'll do that at the break. Didn't have time right now, but first thing I said, here's a team that's struggling, and in his mind, he says, they're not struggling. They're playing as well as they can. If we're not careful, they're going to give us all we want and more. So that's the attitude he wants his girls to have. Is don't even look at that record. Let's go play. We need to win and get back to the 500 mark.
Well, you know this Graceland team, very hungry for a win. If they can hang in there early, this could be a real tough game. And they played the Vikings tough up at Lamoni. It was a very close game the first half, and the Vikings went on a pretty good run in the third quarter. But they're not that bad of a team. They're a young team. They only have 9 players on the squad. But Vikes just need to come out here and take care of business. If we can win today, we'll move our conference record to 500.
Hey, thanks for being with us as we have the video and also the audio on mobile.edu. And the Yellow Jackets in the dark blue with a gold trim. The Vikings in white trimmed in orange with the orange numerals. And we're ready for a doubleheader this afternoon from the Burns Center. Marshall, Missouri, and we're underway, and the Vikings have it. Ashley Ward quickly to Augusta. Left side layup goes over the rim, no good. And now Deidre McCoy comes away with a loose ball. She'll drive baseline right side, take it under. That ball hits the bottom of the rim. So the Vikings are 0 for 2 in the first 15 seconds of this game, and here come the Yellow Jackets.
Deidre, good rebound, just too far under for that first shot.
Now a travel on Allie Salone, the 5'9 senior. Allie at the top of the key looks at the official and who, me? But Allie with the travel spells her first name A-L-I-I. She is out of Los Angeles, California.
Sydney Vaughn, the girl you've got to stop. She averages almost 17 points a game for Graceland.
So here come the Vikes. Ward gives it off to McCoy. McCoy baseline right side, back out. They work it to Raina Smith. Work it into the middle, now back out to McCoy. McCoy uses the dribble, gives it off to Augusto. 3 on the way, hits the front of the rim. And the rebound is pulled down by Avery Roan. Roan will push it up the right side. A small crowd here to start the afternoon. We anticipate that picking up as we go along. Emily Work gives it back to Roan. Roan, top of the key, now swings it off to Leisinger. Working underneath, tough move, and off the glass. The shot is good by Allie Salone. I tell you, that was a good, strong move, Joe.
Yeah, it was. Both teams starting out in it looks like man-to-man is the Yellow Jackets.
So here is McCoy. Off it comes on the left side, and Augusto kind of shaking her head. Not what she wanted, so they get it inside to Horton. Her turnaround, too strong off the back iron. The Vikings are 0 for 3 in the first minute and a half. Almost another walk by Work, but she was able to keep that pivot foot planted on the floor here at the Burns Center. Gets the pass to the free throw line, taken away by Ward. Here comes Ashley, 1-on-2. She's going to take it all the way, right side, up, no good. Foul is going to be called on Emily Work, and going to the line to shoot 2 will be Ashley Ward.
Nice steal by Ashley, then nice body control on that shot. She got her body between the ball and the defensive player and draws that 2-shot foul, almost a chance for a 3-point play.
Well, let's see what Ashley can do. Springdale, Arkansas, she calls home. Went to community college.
That foul on Emily Work, that's the first foul of the game on either team.
Ashley went to Mineral Area Community College in Park Hills near Farmington, Missouri. She hits both free throws, so we are tied at 2 in the first 2 minutes of the first quarter. Emily Work off to Salone, and has another steal by Ashley Ward. Boy, she doing on the defensive end. Quickly to Reyna. Stops. 10-footer from the left side. That's too strong. Rebound pulled down by Vaughn. Here comes Work. Quickly into the corner to Lysinger. Give it back, and now Reyna Smith almost with a steal. She was trailing the play, and as the pass went out to Work, she stepped in front, got the right hand on it, knocked it out of bounds.
I think the Vikes, 0 out of 4 or 5 to start the game from the floor.
So here's the pass into Emily Work. Work goes baseline, and she's held and fouled by Reyna Smith, her first, and that'll be the first foul on the Vikings. 2-2. We've played just over 2 minutes, 2 minutes and 8 seconds to be exact. Almost another steal by Ward. Now they get the ball into Vaughn. She goes across the lane with a little jump hook, doesn't go. And here come the Vikings. Augusto into the corner to McCoy. Deidre stops, fires, 12-footer, good. Deidre McCoy, Vikings leading scorer, and she hits that one to make it 4-2.
Nice to see Deidre hit that outside shot. You know she can drive to the bucket, but good to see her hit that 12-foot jumper.
Now we're going to have an offensive foul on Sydney Vaughn, and that is the second foul on the Yellow Jackets, the first on her. 4-2 Valley, 7:29 first quarter. Again, we'll get the comments from Tim Dixon at the first opportunity, the first break we have in this game. Rain underneath to Deidre. Steps in between 2 defenders, hits the front of the rim, and it rolls over. She has 4 points now, and it's 6-2 Valley, 7:14 to go.
Nice job of posting up that time by Dee.
Here's Vaughn. Gives it back out front to Lysinger. Lysinger, they'll work it to the right side. Into the corner, shot on the way. This one won't. Good rebound, Orton. Off it comes to Reyna Smith. 3-on-1. Here come the Vikings. Reyna underneath to McCoy. Layup, good. Oh, that one pinballs out. Gets her own rebound. Doesn't score, but she's fouled. That ball was, I'm not exaggerating, wasn't halfway down. It was about 3/4 away down and pinballed out, but she'll go to the line and shoot.
Just had a little bit too much spin on that shot, but Deidre stayed with it, got the offensive rebound, went up again, and draws the 2-shot foul. So she's off to a good start offensively for the Vikings and rebounding.
She already has 4 points, and this one no good as she misses that one off to the right side. Here comes Kedra Sears, a 5'9" freshman, checks in, and also Christacia Dawkins, a 5'8" freshman. So Dawkins and Sears check in for
this
the
team
Yellow
only
Jackets.
has 9 players dressed out, so they're not that deep at all. So Vikes probably want to see an up-tempo game if possible, wear this team down.
Deidre hits the first free throw. She has 5 points. It's a 7-2 Viking lead, 6:48 first quarter. Sydney Vaughn. Now they work it into the corner to Dawkins, who just checked in. Back top of the key to Salone. Salone to Lysinger. Kicks it back out. They go baseline. Dawkins with the basketball. Lobs it down low. Shot is blocked by Horton and now picked up by Horton. The shot was taken by Salone, and Horton got all ball there. Augusto quickly to Ward. Ward left wing. Drives baseline left side to the rack. Missed it. Horton fights for the rebound but knocked it out of bounds. Now the Vikings, Joe, only 2 out of 8. Getting some good looks, but just 25% right now.
That was a very nice block, though, by Kiana Horton on the other end. That was nothing but ball that time.
And a lot of times on a block like that, you keep it in play instead of just swatting it out of bounds. Here's a long three that's going to catch nothing but air. It's a little bit short, goes out of bounds. The Vikings will get it. And I mentioned they're shooting. The Yellow Jackets just 1 out of 4, 25%. And they go to their bench as well and bring in Nina Gavuli. She'll be in for the first time. There's a quick 30-second timeout. So, again, the next full timeout, we'll have some comments from Tim. But, Joe, the Vikings off to a I like the way they're working. They're not hitting the shots, but they're getting some very good looks.
Well, and I'm not sure how many turnovers their defense has forced, but Graceland's turned that ball over a bunch. We had at least one block shot and
five times
turnovers.
already.
So that when you're not shooting that well, as the Vikings aren't at this moment, that's what you have to do, and they've done it very well so far.
Already 5 Yellow Jacket turnovers, and we are not halfway through the first quarter. Vikings do not go to the bench during that first timeout. They'll stay with their 5 starters. Andressa to the top of the key. Valley looking to go 500 in the conference if they can win this game. Here comes McCoy now to Ward. Drives left side all the way. The basket layup good. And the Vikings off to a very impressive 9-2 start.
McCoy 5 points, Ward 4 for the Vikes to start the game.
Another turnover as this pass goes right through the hands of Gavuli, and that is turnover number 6.
That's one thing you don't want to say on the road. We're going to turn the ball over 6 times in the first quarter. Not the kind of start you want to get off to.
When you're looking to kind of get something going here. Valley up 9-2, 5:37 to go. Augusto in trouble. Now gets the pass to Reyna, who comes to meet the ball. Goes to McCoy, drives right side, spin move off the glass, got it again. McCoy has 7 points. It's 11-2. And Joe, if you're a Viking fan, this is exactly what you want to do against a team that's struggling to get wins.
Get them down early.
Reyna picks up the foul, a bump foul, her second, and that's the second team foul. And let's see, back in is Emily Work for the Yellow Jackets. The men's game will follow this one, and I'll tell you what, that is going to be a battle. The Yellow Jacket men just got thumped at William Penn, and that's going to happen. And the Vikings really did not play very well, and Evangel took it to the Vikings pretty impressively right on this floor. So 2 teams really looking for a win in that men's game today.
And that was an overtime game in Lamoni early in the year that the Vikings lost.
Women won in Lamoni, 87-75. Here's the top of the key. Down to 12 on the shot clock. Shot taken from beyond the arc. That won't go. Augusto with a rebound as the shot was missed by Dawkins. Vikings up 11-2 with the ball. Here's McCoy in the lane. Has it taken away. Dawkins just stripped her of the basketball. Now Dawkins hustles it into the forward court right in front of the Viking bench. Gives it top of the key there to Sears. And a hold is going to be called on one of the Vikings as Sears tried to drive inside. And looked like they're going to call this one on Deidre, and she hits the floor for the first time today.
I was going to say, Deidre gets 1 and 1 that time. Yep. First foul, and first trip to the deck.
She's leading the way. It's 7 points already in this first quarter. Top of the key. Vikings staying in a man-to-man defense. Sears thought about the 3, didn't take it. Skips it back to the left side to Dawkins. Cut off there by Andressa. Down to 20 on the shot clock. Vikings playing some pretty good man-to-man defense. Here's Sears. There's a 3 on the way. This won't go. Rebound Horton. So right now, the Yellow Jackets, very dismal shooting, 16%. Underneath, it is Ward as she drives in from the right side, and she's fouled, and she'll shoot 2.
I'll tell you, Ashley Ward and Deidre McCoy just taking that ball right to the hole with reckless abandon, doing a great job. We're going to invent a new stat. We're going to say that Deidre McCoy leads the conference in diving and falling to the floor.
I don't think there's any question about that. I don't think that's even a close stat.
And she doesn't just fall to the floor. I mean, she gets knocked to the floor or dives or scrambling after a loose ball. She's a hustler.
She'll come out right now as the first free throw is missed by Ward. Savannah Enlow is in.
Lindsay
Julia
Denny.
Vasquez, Lindsay Denny. And it looks like Anaka is going to come in. Anaka will come in for Ward after she makes this free throw.
4:14 left. It's all Vikings right now. 11-2 in the first quarter.
Sydney Vaughn checks in for the Yellow Jackets. First-year coach, Elizabeth Curry. And Swisegood will check in as well. Second free throw, got it. So Ashley, 3 out of 4 from the line. Good start for her. She and McCoy have all the points. It's 12-2. Vikings have jumped out to a 10-point lead and not a starter on the floor now. So here's Sears. 4:10 to go in the first quarter. Sears top of the key. Enlow has that defensive assignment. In the corner to Dawkins. High arching 3 is good from the right side, and that's her first field goal and the second field goal. The other way, Vasquez on the baseline. It won't go. Swisegood fights for the rebound. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by Swisegood, the young lady out of Salisbury. So it's 12-5, and the ball comes back to the Yellow Jackets. They only have 2 field goals in this game, one the 2-point variety, one of 3. Here's Sears, dumps it underneath, 5 straight points. They get into Hosley, and she got away from her gal Swisegood and scored. It's 12-7. Here come the Yellow Jackets, back within 5. Now Swisegood turns baseline up, no good. And the ball loose in the corner, picked up by Denny. She saves it underneath to Anaka, who lays it up and in.
Great hustle.
Threw it at the basket, right to Anaka, and she scored.
I don't think Lindsay Denny really knew where Ashley Onaka was, but she found her. A perfect pass. Good save by Lindsay.
Here's Vaughn with an offensive rebound. Shot no good. Swisegood with a rebound. Tries to clear it and gets it ahead to Vasquez. 14-7 Vikings. Vasquez off to Enlow for 3. Nope. She thought it was good. No good, but Anaka with the offensive rebound. Now, Enlow loses it on the dribble to Sears. 3-on-3. Here comes Sears. No look pass to the left side. And the ball loose in the lane, picked up by Vaughn. Back to Dawkins. Dawkins to drive baseline. Kick it back to Vaughn. Her 14-footer from the baseline left side. No good. Anaka with a rebound. Ashley leads the break 1-on-3. She'll stop. Vaughn in the corner. She's open. Didn't pull the trigger. She wants to reset the offense. 14-7 Valley. 2:36 to go in this first quarter. Enlow out front. Vasquez, where's number 11 on that white Viking jersey? Stops and gives it off to Anaka. Fakes the 3. Goes to Denny. Ball knocked away. Taken away by Vaughn. Vaughn's going to lead the break. 1-on-3. Takes it all the way to the rack. Lays it in.
And that was a nice moving screen that time.
Very nice.
Stacia Dawkins. You say the word Dawkins, that reminds me of Daryl Dawkins. Chocolate Thunder. Arguably one of the most physical players to ever play in the NBA. Just passed away not long ago.
Well, you're right. That was a screen. She started that screen about 30 feet away from the basket.
It just kept running alongside like a blocker in football.
All right, Horton will check back in. Swisegood out. Raina's in after a quick break. 2:04 to go in the quarter, 14-9. Anaka will come out. You know what Tim's trying to do? He's trying to tire this team out because they only have 9 players. In it comes to Denny, top of the key. No one guard her. She lets it fly. It's a 2 just inside the 3-point line. And that's the first bucket for Lindsay Denny, and it's 16-9 Valley.
Lindsay was not planning on shooting, but the defensive girl backed way off of her, and she took that shot. Nice decision by the junior out of Everton.
So they give it now to Warwick. Warwick top of the key, working against Raina Smith. Give it off to Lysinger. Lysinger tries to drive through and is picked away by Enlow. Enlow off to Raina, drives left side all the way. The basket scores. So the Vikings doing a nice job running the break, taking advantage of those turnovers. It's 18-9 now. And that's already 7 turnovers in the first quarter.
That's that 3-on-2 fast break drill you work on. The Vikes ran it very well that time.
There's the 8th turnover on a bad pass. Enlow picks it off. Off to Raina Smith on the left wing. Back out to Enlow. 1:15 to go in the quarter. Underneath, Horton drives left side. Off the glass, too short. She just kind of didn't get enough high enough off the glass, and it's 18-9. Missed an easy one, but now the ball turned over again by Salone. And here comes Raina. She'll spin in the lane, put it up with the right hand. It won't go. Horton tried to keep it alive, could not do it. Vikings going maybe a little more quickly than they want to, but 18-9. They have certainly controlling the pace of this game.
Well, and pretty good. The Vikes have not shot all that well in the quarter, yet they still have 18 points. So a pretty good first quarter, all things considered.
9 first quarter turnovers by the Yellow Jackets. Lysinger stops, looks, and gives it off to Roan. Roan, back it comes to good move on the left side to Vaughn, and she drives to the basket, lays it in with the right hand. It's 18-11.
She averages 17 points a game.
That was a nice move.
Yep.
Here's Enlow, lobs underneath. Horton wide open, got by her gal, lays it up, missed it. Gets it back, puts it up, missed it again. Rebound underneath to Raina Smith. Wow.
Kiana Wharton will not have 2 easier shots all year.
Here's a 3 that's good as Raina gets it out to Enlow. She buries the triple to make it 21-11. Now the other way, a 3 on the way. This one rattles in and out with 5 seconds to go. That shot was missed by Roan, and we are at the break, a first quarter break, and it's 21-11. Valley with a lead. I had a chance to catch up with Tim Dixon before this ball game. Tim Dixon joins us before this ball game, and Coach, the Graceland Yellow Jackets come in, and this is a team that's struggling, but hey, you really can't take anybody lightly, can you?
I don't think they're struggling. I mean, you know, they're playing up to their potential, and whether it's whether they're losing or whether they're winning, and they have only won once. playing pretty good for what they have, and that scares me, you know, because they're even though they're getting beat in conference by some better teams, it seems like they're always in games until they kind of run out of gas, and they only have 9 people here today, so it'll be interesting to see how long they can go, and hopefully we can just get out to a big lead and really just kind of keep distance from them, because if they can start shooting it, they're going to be pretty dangerous.
Now, the other night against Evangel, I thought in the second, well, first of all, Andressa Augusto had a great offensive first half, and then Deidre took over in the second half. Those two gals have to score for you to win, don't they?
Yeah, and we're going to try and get the ball inside a little more. Last couple games we've gotten away from going inside some more, and so, the more we can get it on the inside, the more it opens up the outside for us. So, it's a focused effort today. We're going to try and get it inside as much as we can and see if that opens up our outside game, and hopefully those two have a good game, and hopefully Kiana Wharton gets on track. And we're still searching for our 4th scorer who can come in and get double digits. In that last game, that was Ashley Ward. So we'll see if that trend continues to happen for us, and good things will start to go here, and hopefully we can get on a win streak.
All right, the ball belongs to the Yellow Jackets as we start the second quarter. And by the way, Ashley Ward off to a good start with 5 points. Here's a 3 on the way, a line drive shot that's no good by Roan. Ball goes out of bounds, and they may call a foul here.
Sydney Vaughn, that's her second, I believe.
Sydney saying, what did I do? Sydney Vaughn, 17 points a game. Sydney at 17, Salone 11-4. Then you drop all the way down to Emily Work at 6.3. So those two gals have to score for you.
Well, and Vaughn goes to the bench now with that second foul, so that takes a very good scorer and a very good rebounder out of their lineup.
Yeah, she also 4.1 rebounds, or rather 8 rebounds. Yeah. Her and Salone with 8 rebounds apiece. So those two gals do it on both ends of the floor. All right, here comes McCoy, top of the key. Is a lot of substitutions during that first quarter break. Enlow, top of the key. They let her have it. She buried it.
Yep.
Well, you could see she thought, nope. And then when her defender backed off, she says, why not? And she is a shooter, and she buried it. She has 6.
She and Lindsay Denny both taking what the defense gives you. They both, neither one had planned to shoot last 2 trips, but they were left open, so they knocked down jumpers.
Now here is a travel call on the Yellow Jackets, their 10th turnover of the game in 11 minutes. That's not a good ratio.
No, that's not. And that's one thing you cannot afford to do, and that's probably one reason why they have not been winning.
Alexis Boyd Lockett into the contest. Here's Enlow on the wing right side. Vikes up by 13. They give it to McCoy. Steps in the lane and scores again. Deidre has 9 points, and it's 26-11. Vikes opening it up. Here's a 3 that won't go. Rebound Augusto. Andressa, good ball handler. Fires it ahead to Enlow. Loses it out of bounds, but last touch by Sears. Vikings will get it back, and now coming in for the Vikings, we'll see McSmith checking in.
We talk about Deidre McCoy's aggressiveness, but that time she showed pretty good finesse, pretty good change of direction going to the basket on that last hoop.
So everybody, I think that's just about everybody that's eligible to play has already been in for Valley. Enlow directing traffic at the top of the key. High post pass, it goes to Deidre. McCoy dribbles it off her knee, gets it back to McSmith, drives left side, and Morgan scores.
Yes.
28-11 Valley with 8:22 to go in the first half.
7 different Vikings have scored so far.
Gavuli with a basketball. Now works it out for Leisinger in the corner. Skip it out for Sears. Sears holds, tries to get back to Leisinger, does. Shot is up, missed it, but a foul. And McCoy going to pick up her second foul and also hit the floor for the second. Well, maybe the third or fourth time.
Yeah, let's say that's 3.
Valley up 28-11 as we start the second quarter. Free throw is good by Leisinger. And she has her first point of the contest. That was the first free throw taken by the Yellow Jackets.
That's the 4th foul, I believe, on the Vikings. 2 each on Smith and McCoy.
Second free throw by Leisinger is no good, and that's. They say that that Ward stepped in the lane. I thought maybe Hosley stepped in the lane too soon, but they say it was Ashley Ward who stepped in. So they're going to give Leisinger another free throw here. 8:08 to go, first half. Vikings in control. This one is good by Leisinger. And back in is Emily Work for the Yellow Jackets, as Coach Elizabeth Curry in her first year try to build this program.
Took over from Rich Harrop. Rich played at Graceland, has been there a long time as the coach, and really did a good job.
Here's a turnover by the Vikings, and ahead of the pack is Sears. She takes the pass and lays it in, so 28-15. Valley turns it over. That was the 5th turnover by the Vikings. Enlow holds it high above her head into Swisegood. Baseline turns, fires it, it won't go. Tries to keep it alive, and now she may have picked up the foul. Oh, I think that is going to be the case. Let's see who they call this one on. It's going to be on Swisegood, her first.
Devin got a nice look down there on that baseline. About a 6-foot jump shot. Just did not put quite enough arch on the shot.
So she picks up her first foul. And it's 28-15. Yellow Jackets trying to hang in there, and they are. Sears skips it out for Dawkins. Dawkins back to Sears, drives, gives it back to Dawkins just outside the three-point line. They're working that right side. Dawkins, top of the key to Sears, 5 on the shot clock. Here's Work, gives it back. Sears, 3 on the way, banks it home. Why not?
I didn't hear her call that bank, did you?
But she's going to take the shot. She turned and went back down. 28-18, it's a 10-point game. Almost a steal by Sears. Leaves Enlow wide open for a 3, and she buries it. But you gamble to take it away from Savannah, and when you miss and let her get those feet set, she is a tremendous shooter. Now underneath, here's Hosley's shot missed. Rebound Enlow.
I think Savannah's 3 for 3 from beyond the arc.
Top of the key, gives it off to McSmith. McSmith off to Boyd Lockett, top of the key. Now McSmith works the left side, back out to Enlow. Pass underneath Swisegood, kicks it out to Boyd Lockett. She'll drive in the lane, a little teardrop, won't go. Rebound Ward, loose on the floor. She hits the deck, tie ball, possession arrow to the Vikings.
Both coaches yelling timeout, but nobody had possession.
Vikings get possession on the arrow. Denny will check in, and
both Tim Dixon and Elizabeth Curry were both screaming timeout, timeout. Both girls rolling on the floor with
nobody has the ball yet.
No possession.
All right, Augusto will inbound. She's yet to score. 31-18 Valley, 6:20 to go first half. Get it into Denny, back to Augusto in the corner. Andressa with a left-handed dribble, brings it back out front and gives it to McSmith. Morgan hanging on to the ball. Now kind of a lazy pass toward Ward is picked off by Dawkins. Takes it all away. Strong off the glass, no good. Offensive rebound, Hosley. She loses it out of bounds. It'll be Viking ball.
Dawkins says, where was that blocker for me? I was blocking when Vaughn brought it down. Somebody needs to block for me.
And that was a textbook moving screen from about 30 feet out the last time. Here's Denny going baseline bump. Gets it Swisegood off the glass, and Devin scores. Young lady from Salisbury has her first 2, and it's 33-18. Vikings again by 15.
Good job of flashing across the lane. Good quick shot by Devin that time.
Here comes Sears all the way to the rack. Has this one knocked away by Augusto. It'll still belong to the Yellow Jackets as Salone comes into the lineup now. .5:39 to go in the half, controlled by the Vikings. They lead it 33-18. Long 3 on the way. This one won't go. Augusto tips it, but it goes right to Sears. She misses the shot while still pinballing around the lane. Picked up by Hosley and gives it back out to the Yellow Jackets. Emily Work. Work gives it to Dawkins. Kiana coming back in. Now Salone. Spin move. Kicks it back into the corner. Double dribble. Got away with that.
Yep.
Dawkins out front to Sears. 10 on the shot clock. 5:09 to go in the first half. Sears misses a shot. Swisegood tips it, but it goes right to Dawkins. So another possession by the Yellow Jackets. Trailing 33-18. Work underneath. Now we get it back to her, and the foul is going to be called. Yeah, she tried to drive in the lane. It looks like Morgan McSmith picks up the foul, her first, and that's only the 3rd foul of the quarter.
And that's going to put on the line for 2 shots right now. It's going to put Emily Work.
Yeah, they called that a 2-shot foul, so first one is no good by Emily.
Graceland 1 or 2 out of 4 from the stripe. On the flip side, I've got the Vikings at 4 out of 6.
Now McCoy comes in, Raina Smith comes in, Vasquez comes in, McSmith is going to leave, Denny's going to leave, I think. And who else? Vikings right now have 6 on the floor. So Augusto comes out.
Hey, as long as they don't see it, go with it.
Keep going.
That extra defender, you can cause a lot of problems.
If you keep moving, they may not be able to count.
That's true.
Count all 6. You're not standing around. Second free throw also no good. McCoy with a rebound. So Emily worked, misses both free throws. Vikings up 33-18 with a basketball. Here's Julia Vasquez. Vasquez, Raina Smith at the top of the key. Whistle away from the ball, offensive foul. And it may be on Kiana Horton. Kiana has not scored in this contest. If indeed that foul was on her, it was.
And we've got to get Kiana scoring again. She's a key to this offense. I think she's a little bit frustrated offensively right now, doing a good job on the boards, playing good defense. But she's got to be a double-figure scorer every game if we're going to win.
Underneath, Salone kicks it back into the corner. Lysinger for 3. It won't go. Rebound, Ashley Ward had it knocked away, but she picks it up, and she's going to lead the break. Down the middle, off to Julia Vasquez. Vasquez on the baseline, gives it back to Raina. Fakes the 3, goes right side to McCoy. McCoy looks in, gets it to Horton. Horton, strong move off the glass, missed it again. Rebound through own miss. Leans in, that was a tough shot. She got to almost twist it sideways, but she made the bucket. Good job. Now an offensive foul, or will that be
that's going to be a bucket
one?
I think. Good job by running the floor by Graceland that time.
Salone got the bucket. I think they're going to call Ward with a foul.
And Ward took a shot in the nose, but I think she was not squared up. She was knocked to the ground, but I think Ashley's still moving. So chance for the bucket and 1 here for Salone.
So Salone gets the bucket to make it 35-20. And Ashley Ward will check out.
Ashley's played a good game, though. Gotten the Vikes off to a good start.
Free throw is good by Salone. So it's 35-21, 3:59 to go. McSmith on the right side into the corner to Vasquez. Vasquez back to McSmith. McSmith. McCoy top of the key. 18 on the shot clock. Vasquez for 3. That one's too strong. Rebound away to Dawkins. 1 on 3, so Dawkins will slow things down and hand it off to Sears. Spin it in the corner. 3 on the way. Won't go. Offensive rebound. Dawkins off the glass. Good. Dawkins with an offensive rebound. She has 5 points, 35-23, and the Yellow Jackets hanging around, down by only 12 now.
Yeah, I need to try to get a pretty good run with 3.5 minutes to go. Let's put this team away late in the half here.
Here's Raina, top of the circle, drives left side all the way to the basket, and has fouled as she takes the shot. Sears will pick it up.
Sears says, I got all ball, but you also got about 2/3 of her left arm, I think.
Yeah, she races down floor, and she has Raina's right arm
so.
carrying it along with the basketball. She gave her a pretty good shot.
Coach, I know I got her good, but that's my first foul.
Yeah, it's my first foul. We have a timeout here, 35-23, 3:15 to go here in the first half. And, Joe, I'm with you. Let's see if the Vikings go on a little run here. Put a little doubt into the minds of the Yellow Jackets here.
You don't want a team that has doubt. You don't want to let them keep hanging around. When you get a chance to put the dagger in, you want to take advantage of it. And that's what Vikes have played pretty well. 35 points here with 3:15 left in the half. But let's try to get a pretty good run.
Well, in the first game, Andressa Augusto had 22 points. She has not scored yet. Julia Vasquez had 14, and Kiana Horton had 11. They were the 3 gals in double figures of that game, 87-75. Sydney Vaughn had 20, Salone 18, and Lysinger had 14. But Andressa has not scored in this contest yet. She had 22 to lead the way the last time we played.
And the funny thing about her not scoring, 9 other Vikings have scored so far in the first half.
Vikings shooting 42%, 14 out of 33, just 30% for the Yellow Jackets, 9 out of 30. Raina at the free throw line. And she gets it. Smith has 3 points now. 5 out of 7, I believe.
5 out of 7. That's pretty good.
So she'll have another one here. And it's on the way. Misses this one.
Jinxed her.
Yep.
We jinxed her.
Salone with a rebound. 3 for Raina now. 36-23. 3:10 to go in the first half. Into the corner. Dawkins will crank a 3. It won't go. Raina Smith with the rebound. She gets by Lysinger. Now we'll slow things down just a bit. as she brings it into the forecourt. 36-23. Vikings average 70 a game, so off to a good start. Now pass intended for Horton, threw it right by her shoulder, picked off by Salone. Salone to Lysinger. Lysinger drives inside, tries to go back to Salone, and Deidre McCoy reaches around, takes it away. Now she's going to be fouled by Lysinger.
That was a nice defensive play by Deidre. Got position, got the left hand out to knock that ball away, and got the steal.
That is the 12th turnover on the Yellow Jackets. The Vikings have committed 7 turnovers to this point of the game. Raina Smith will inbound to Julia Vasquez, a couple of seniors. Now back to Raina. Raina drives right side all the way to the basket, puts it up with the left hand right in the face of Salone and scores. You know, that looks a little awkward. She goes to the right side, shoots to the left, but she does it a lot, and she does it quite well.
Very quick first step that time.
Here's a 3 on the way, no good. Rebound. Kiana Horton hands it off to Raina. Vikes up 38-23, 2:16 to go. Into the corner to McSmith. Gets it underneath to McCoy. McCoy kicks it in the corner. Now underneath. They go to Horton, spins around her gal, misses the shot. Yeah. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by whom?
Kiana has got to hit that shot.
Yeah. Right underneath, and I know Salone has given her all she wants defensively, but you're right, she's got to hit that shot.
She's bigger. I mean, Vaughn can match up with her, but she's a head taller than almost everybody else on the Graceland team.
Got to hit that shot. Augusto has not scored in the game. Vikings still up by 15. Now they get into Horton, back to Andressa. Andressa out to Denny. The Vikings who win today, they'll go back to 500 in the conference. Augusto, top of the circle. One dribble, off to Denny. Lob it underneath. There's Horton. Spins in the lane again. Fade away. She's fouled this time by Salone. Salone didn't think so, but that'll put Horton at the line to shoot 2.
They call it on Dana Hosley.
Okay, Hosley. All right, that's why Salone had that look on her face. She didn't foul her. It was Hosley.
That's Hosley's second foul.
38-23. We'll talk about the rest of the schedule at the half, go over statistics, and talk about the men's game a little bit as well.
There we go,
Free throw. She has 3 points.
She's got a nice touch from the free throw line.
She'll have another one here. And it is good. She gets them both. 4 points for Kiana Horton.
Kiana shooting 66% from the line.
Vikings now up by 17. Denny going to work defensively on Work. Work into the corner, left side, gives it to Lysinger, drives to the basket. Good drive, and she scored. Went right through 2 defenders, did Haley, and she scored. She has 4. 40-25, 1:31 to go in the half. Augusto, top of the key, off to Denny on the left wing. Denny holds it, lobs it underneath to Kiana. Horton spins to the basket all the way to the right side, lays it in. That's what we need. Good, strong move, and she put it in. She has 6 now, and it's 42-25. 1:13 to go in the half. Hosley, free throw line, kicks it left wing, back underneath the Hosley. Now back top of the key to Work. Work drives in left side, knocked away, taken away by Vasquez. Julie with the steal. She has Denny on the wing. Julie down the middle. Going to take it all the way to the basket. Over Lysinger, misses the shot and gets her own rebound off a whiff by Roan. Now McSmith will take it through double team. She loses it off of her own shoulder, I believe.
I think it was. I think it didn't mean to hit it, but it bounced off her left shoulder out of bounds. So under a minute to play, Vikes leading it by 17.
42-25. Valley's led throughout, jumped off to a quick 11-2 lead, and even though the Yellow Jackets have been back within 7, that's as close as they've been able to get. Work, top of the circle. Vikings staying in a man-to-man defense. Lysinger, now to Vaughn. Vaughn on Denny, turns, misses the shot. Rebound, pulled down by Horton. Off to Augusto. 23 on the shot clock. Augusto. Well, she had a good look at a 3, didn't take it. Denny will launch. It won't go. And the rebound pulled down by Work. Work the other way. Free throw line. Works it to Lysinger. Back to Work. They can settle for the last shot. 10 seconds to go, but here's a 3 on the way. It won't go. Rebound pulled down by Vasquez. The Vikings have 4 seconds. Vasquez at midcourt. Lets it fly. It hits the backboard a little too strong. And we are at the break. 42. The Vikings have scored 21 in each quarter. They lead at 42-25. We'll go over the scoring in just a moment.
There are many sounds in your day-to-day life. There are sounds that wake you up. Sounds that make you smile. Sounds that energize you. and sounds that help you relax. But there are some sounds that can alert you to danger and can help save lives. Wireless emergency alerts, now on many mobile devices, use a unique sound and vibration to bring you information about severe weather events, Amber Alerts, or other emergencies in your area. With critical information from local sources you know and trust, you can be in the know, wherever you are. For more information, visit ready.gov/alerts. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Okay, so Sarah, I'm dropping you off at Emily's?
Yep.
And Josh, you're going to?
Soccer, Dad. Soccer practice.
Right. Oh, by the way, I just wanted to let you know when I pick you both up, I'll be wearing my short shorts.
What? No!
Yep, and my dorky dad hat, and I'm going to do my dad dance for all your friends. They'll love it!
Seriously? Why?
Because I like my short shorts. Of course, I could be talked out of it if you guys would just buckle up your seatbelts without giving me a hard time.
It's important to get your kids to buckle up for safety, no matter what it takes. And sometimes, all it takes is your parental powers of persuasion.
Okay, we're buckling up.
See, all buckled.
Good choice. I'll just have to do my dad dance at dinner time.
What?
No!
Do what you have to make sure your kids are wearing their seatbelts, even on short drives. Never give up until they buckle up. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. Visit safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup for more information.
We're back to the Burns Center at halftime. Vikings have led throughout. They lead 42-25. Joe, how about the scoring there in that first half?
Well, Ken, this is unofficial. I've got 9 different Vikings scoring in the first half, so that's pretty good just in itself. Deidre McCoy and Savannah Enlow both lead the way. They both had 9 points. Savannah had 3 triples in the first half. 6 points for Kiana Warden. Kiana got all of hers in the second quarter, most of those near the end of the half. 5 points each for Ashley Ward. Ashley got off to a good start. Also 5 by Raina Smith. Looks like 2 points each for Lindsay Denny, Devin Swisegood, Morgan McSmith, and Ashley Onaka. I think I got everybody. Yep. That's it. For the Yellow Jackets, nobody really. 5 points was their leading scorer. 3 girls had 5. Keidra Sears, Christacia Dawkins, and Ali Salone. They all had 5 points, 4 points each for Haley Lysinger and Sydney Vaughn, who averages 17 points a game. So the Vikes did a good job on her defensively. Then 1 basket by Dana Hosley.
All right, some of the statistics for you. The Yellow Jackets shooting just 29%, 10 out of 35. Valley, 41%, 16 out of 39. From beyond the arc, 2 out of 17 for Graceland, 12%. The Vikings 3 out of 7. Thank you, Miss Enlow. She has all 3 of those. Vikings shooting 70% from the line, 7 out of 10, 60%, 3 out of 5. Rebounds, Valley has a 5 rebound lead. And turnovers, though, 13 turnovers by Graceland. Now 10 of those were in the first quarter. So that really did not help them as far as getting off to a decent start against the Vikings.
Well, you look at Grace and you say, why have they taken 17 three-point shots? They've only missed 2. If I haven't won a game, I think I'll tell my kids, you go out there and launch as many threes as you can. If we get hot one of these games, we're going to surprise somebody. So that's not a bad strategy. And I remember the old coach for Bob Stevens. He was the old head coach at Oklahoma back in the 60s. His philosophy was, let's take a shot before we throw the ball away. And Graceland, how many turnovers in the first half?
Well, I was listening a little bit now. Obviously, not going to compare anybody that we're going to see to the Oklahoma men's team. But they said right now that Lon Kruger's telling them that if they're going to take a jump shot, if it's not close, he'd rather have a 3 than a 2.
Yeah.
He said if you got something, they were talking about on a fast break today, they had a shot just inside the three-point line. They passed it up another 2 feet outside to take a 3. So it makes sense if you have the shooters.
That's the way a lot of teams play today. The 12, 13-foot jump shot is almost non-existent anymore. It's either if you're going to take a jump shot, like you said, take a 3 or pound the ball inside.
Pound the ball inside. Bench scoring, the Vikings have a 17-12 lead there. And points in the paint, 20 for Valley, 16 for the Yellow Jackets. And Joe, I'd like to see in the second half, the Vikings are in control of this one, but I really would like to see Kiana Horton have a big second half just to get her confidence. She hasn't scored much the last 2 games. I think maybe that might be a little mental. Let's see if she can just have a big second half.
I thought the two bright spots in the first half, the starts by Ashley Ward and Deidre McCoy, I thought that was key to get us started. Then Kiana did hit her last 2 shots, took the ball to the bucket, drew a 2-shot foul late in the half. I thought that was good to see her have some success offensively right near the end of that second quarter.
All right, we're going to come back. We'll take a look at the rest of the games going on today. And the leader in the conference, the Central Methodist University Eagles, they have a 1-game lead over Culver Stockton and Mid-America Nazarene. We'll talk about the rest of today's women's schedule in just a moment.
Unexpected reactions to smart financial decisions brought to you by feedthepig.org.
Well, I finally did it. My student loan is totally paid off.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe it either. I paid more than the minimum each month, and soon enough, it was gone.
So you're just giving up?
Giving up on what?
The life of luxury. Egyptian cotton, caviar Thursdays, designer everything.
What are you talking about?
Our plan. What happened to winning the lottery and mastering the art of the perfect mimosa? Hosting galas, wearing enough jewelry to require a bodyguard, vacationing in the French Riviera, and then buying it.
I just thought maybe it was time to prepare for my future. You know, set some financial goals, make some smart investments, open a 401k.
Financial goals? Investments? A 401k? You are horrifying right now. Listen, if winning the lottery were easy, everyone would do it.
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Dad, this is fun. I didn't think I'd like kayaking.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, but I think it's time to head back in.
Okay. Can we come back?
Sure.
Tomorrow?
Let's check with Mom. Hey, be careful getting out of the boat.
It's a kayak, Dad.
I'm going to return the kayak. Let's make sure you have everything.
Yep. Can we walk home?
How about a taxi? 233 North Maple, please.
It's a short fare from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a neighborhood park or green space near you. Also, find fun activities to do like boating and biking or camping and hiking, plus much more. It's all right in your naturehood.
Best day ever.
A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
42-25, Valley with a lead at the half. And Joe, here are the games today. Culver is at Benedictine. How about this Culver-Stockton women's team? They've won 10 in a row now.
Yeah, and some close games, so they're playing very well right now.
And they go to Benedictine. Benedictine, 3-3 away from home, 10-0 at home. So yeah, they're tough there. But boy, that's a big game in the conference. We'll keep an eye on that one. Should have a score by the time the men's game. Peru's at CMU. Matt, you have to go with CMU.
I'll take CMU.
I'll take CMU there at home after their big win over Mid-America Nazarene the other night. Evangel is at Grandview. Evangel 4-7, Grandview 4-7, so that's a big ball game there. Those teams a game behind Valley right now.
What a trip for Evangel.
Yeah, they go all the way to Grandview to Des Moines. William Penn is at Avila today. William Penn, that team tied with Valley, so let's root for Avila, see if they can't knock off William Penn. But William Penn and Valley both 5-6. And then Baker at Mid-America. Not much has to be said about that. That's a pretty good rivalry. Short distance, good rivalry. This one in Olathe.
Well, and Baker got that nice win on Wednesday night over Benedictines and then had to play Benedictine Mid-America back-to-back. Not that easy, but Baker team trying to climb up in the standings. I think they're tied right now for where they're tied.
8-3 with Benedictine.
Yeah, tied with Benedictine right now for 4th place, I believe. So, yeah, that's a big game for both those teams.
Central Methodist is 10-1. They lead the way, and they have a game lead over Culver Stockton and Mid-America Nazarene at 9-2. Benedictine and Baker both 8-3. Then Valley and William Penn 5-6. Grandview and Evangel 4-7. Peru and Avila 2-9. This Graceland team is 0-11. But the way the tournament, the way I understand it, you're going to take 10 out of the 12 teams. And 7 will play 10, 8 will play 9 play-in games, and then you go from there. So it's kind of important to get in. Well, just stating the obvious, it's important to get in that top 10. You want to be higher than that. Vikings in pretty good shape. They get 3 or 4 more wins, they'll be right in the middle of the pack somewhere.
Well, you mentioned this earlier, but there are really 3 tiers on the women's side. You've got that first tier that goes with Central, Culver, Mid-Am, Benedictine, and Baker. They're all the way from 10-1 to 8-3. Then you've got the Vikings, William Penn, they're 3 games back at 5 and 6. Then Grandview and Evangel kind of in that same echelon. They're 4 and 7. Then it drops down 2 games behind them. The lower tier, Peru, Avila, and Graceland. So, but you know, Avila playing much better. They got a couple of nice wins last week, and then Peru State really looked pretty good against us here a couple weeks ago up at Peru. So, you know, you can't take anything for granted.
Yeah, and again, I just keep looking at that Culver Stockton team. They've won 10 games in a row, and they're 9-2 in conference. Boy, have they done a great job, 8-1. This Viking team is 6-3 at home, 1-5. And we'll talk about the men's game some. What really surprised me as we're getting ready for this, Joe, is the Viking men are only 2-5 at home this year. We usually play pretty well in this court, but just 2-5 with wins over a very good Benedictine team, and then we knocked off Grandview, but that's been it.
Well, and you know, you look at it the other night, I mean, the stage seemed to be set perfectly for that Evangel game. Here comes Evangel 2-8, a long trip, and here the Vikings had a packed house. I mean, there were kids everywhere the other night, and you're thinking, man, we'll have a big home court advantage, and got off to a rough start early on and just never really recovered. So sometimes you just, like I think did Yogi say you just never know? Is he the one? I'm sure a lot of guys said that, but he's gotten credit for it.
My favorite. Of course, Yogi Bear died this year, and you always see these Yogiisms. There was another one someone reminded me of the day when he was a youngster. They said, "How do you like school, Yogi?" And he said, "Closed."
Yeah.
A one-word answer to set it all, right? How do you like school? I was like,
well, he said, "I take a 4-hour nap each day from 2 to 4."
We're going to miss that guy. I'll have to remember those. We'll be back second half. Vikings lead 42-25.
I'm Tiffany. I have some tips for you on how to quit smoking like I did. First, I did some reading about it. I found a lot of great advice on how to quit smoking and picked out the ways I thought would work best for me. I started by setting a quit date. Then I threw out my ashtrays, lighters, and matches. I did other things too, like exercising more, and it worked. But I'd still get cravings, especially on long car rides. To help me with that, I put a picture of my mother in my car. She died of lung cancer from smoking cigarettes when I was only 16. Now I have a 16-year-old daughter. That picture of my mother reminds me that I don't want to miss all the things my daughter is going to do in her life, including turning 17.
You can quit. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT NOW. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and CDC.
I'm a firefighter.
A teacher.
I'm a farmer. I'm a barber.
A waitress.
A mom. We're all part of your community. Every day we move in and out of each other's busy lives. It's easy to take for granted all.
All right, we are back, and we're just about ready to go with the second half, 42-25, Valley with a lead. And Joe, I was pretty impressed with the way the Vikings took off in this game. It's a game they should win, and they missed their first few shots, but still they jumped out to an 11, 12-point lead early on. Some turnovers by Graceland helped them, and they kind of kept that margin. And Tim Dixon's getting everybody in the ball game. Everybody's getting some playing time.
Got him in early, and I think the Vikings a chance. They played well that first half, a chance to win their second conference game in a row for only the second time this year. If you remember, they started out, they won their first 2 games of the year in conference play against William Penn and Graceland, but have not won 2 in a row since that time. So this would be a chance to, as you said, get back to the 500 mark. A couple of tough games coming up this week, a road trip to William Penn on Wednesday night, then back here against a very good Baker team next Saturday afternoon. But, you know, this is the first Saturday afternoon we've been at home all year for conference play, and I think we're here the next 3 Saturdays after this, I believe.
Yeah, next week we take that trip to William Penn, then we're home next week against Baker. Then the next week we go to Benedictine on Wednesday. CMU is here on Saturday. And then I think we go to
Grandview, I think.
Grandview, and then we come back here with another home game on a Saturday. So we'll be come on out.
I think Peru State the next one. Yeah.
If you're in the area and you're watching or listening, come on out and enjoy it, because this is pretty good college basketball, NAIA level basketball. We have some good contests coming up the next few Saturdays. All right, Joe, you have the second half.
Well, Vikings to try to put this one away. They lead it by 17 at halftime. It'll be looks like the original starting lineup of Andressa Augusto, Kiana Wharton, Ashley Ward, Raina Smith, and Deidre McCoy. I want to mention Chaz Maddie and his mass comm students doing the video for you today. And we know you probably enjoy watching more than you do listening to us. You're stuck with us, I guess.
You have us.
There's a jump shot taken and missed, but a rebound by Vaughn inside. Now Grayson will reset the offense. They get it over on the left wing to Work. Work comes around a screen with a left-hand dribble, sporting a nice white headband into the corner. There's a jumper out of the corner by Vaughn. Vikes did a good job on Sydney Vaughn. She averages 17 points a game, held her to only 4 in the first half. Now Vikes get it down court quickly, ahead to Deidre. And once again, Deidre too far under the bucket, but gets the rebound, gets it back out to Ashley Ward. And Ashley Ward, as she did in the first half, gets off to a good start to start the second half, knocks down the jumper. She's got 7 points. Vikes lead by 19. Vikes in that man, Raina Smith. Outside picks up Work. There's a three off the right side by Salone, missed. Rebound by Ward. Vikes want to run. Here comes Ashley quickly. Takes it to the left wing, right in front of Coach Tim Dixon and an official. Augusto head of the key. Raina Smith curls around a screen. Raina with the left hand, flips it up, left it a little bit short. Offensive rebound by Ward, missed it, but got another offensive rebound, and somebody knocks it out of her hands. Good hustle by Ashley Ward on the offensive glass.
Yeah, she's upset at herself for missing that shot, but boy, you cannot blame the hustle. Ashley playing well today.
Vikes will set that box on the inbounds play. Raina Smith comes over the top of the screen, launches a three. This one rims out. Salone snatches the rebound for the Jackets. Ahead to Work. Work into the corner to Lysinger. Her jumper, a three-point shot, no good. And good job, Kiana Wharton. Kiana took that one in a crowd that time. Here come the Vikings. Augusto into the paint. Her runner a little bit too strong off the glass. Another rebound for Salone.
Andressa hasn't scored yet, but she's still the floor leader out there.
Work's jump shot misses. Rebound McCoy. So both teams a little bit cold here to start the second half. Raina coast to coast too strong. Boy, everybody banging them off the backboard and the rim right now. I think we've had one basket in the second half. Ashley Ward the only bucket, and probably about 10, 12 shots already by the two teams
and you
combined.
call it, some of those shots aren't even close. They're banging them off that backboard both ways.
Yeah, it's
not even close.
Fast-paced game, kind of hard to slow down once in a while. Sears into the lineup. Now she throws it away, throws it off the hands of Salone out of bounds. So another turnover for the Yellow Jackets. Vikes get it back. We played over 2 minutes. Ashley Ward's rebound shot that went in, the only bucket of the second half so far.
Well, that's 14 turnovers now by the Yellow Jackets.
Augusto hands to Ashley, head of the key. Ashley picked up outside by Avery Roan. Now gives it to Raina. Nice pass by Raina. Good pass as Raina got the pass over the top to Kiana Wharton. Kiana gets positioned down low, lays it in. She's got 8 points. Vikes with a 21-point lead. Now Vaughn's shot inside, misses, gets her offensive rebound, misses that one too. Kiana drags down the rebound. Here comes Augusto, inside to McCoy. Nice pass as Andressa Augusto whips it down inside to Deidre. Good pass by Raina, good pass by Augusto, good finishes by Wharton and McCoy, and timeout on the floor. 7:08 left to play in the third quarter. Vikings running away now, 48-25.
Just what Tim wanted, Tim and Tom have wanted, is to get off to a good start in the second half. You have a 42-25 lead. They're up to a 6-0 start in the first 3 minutes against this Yellow Jacket team, and you're right, they're starting to run away with this one now. Let's see if the Vikings can keep it up. Just have a good, fun afternoon here and get a big win.
Yeah, you don't want to let this Graceland team. They're very scrappy, and you heard at the beginning of the game, the pregame interview talk with Coach Elizabeth Curry. She said our team's playing hard. They listen. They're getting better, but a little bit outmanned here with only 9 players on the floor and not that much height. But they're getting better. All right, Graceland ball. Sears had it knocked away into the backcourt by McCoy, but then Vaughn runs it down. Vikes still in that man-to-man defense as Sears, hands on the left wing, right wing to Lysinger, baseline Vaughn. Bad pass, almost goes into the backcourt, but tracked down by Dawkins, who's checked back in. Now cross-court pass to Lysinger, and they're going to say she stepped on the out-of-bounds line, so yet another turnover by the Jackets. Back to the Vikings with 6:43 left to play.
Well, when you're struggling to score and you're struggling to win games and you just turn it over 15, 20 times a game, that does
not help your cause a bit.
You figure a turnover is probably what, maybe a point for every turnover, maybe a point, a half point. Anyway, it's a bunch.
Now a nice stop, reverse dribble by Andressa Augusto. Andressa had the shot partially blocked, went to the right, then came back to the left, just didn't finish. Now Lysinger drives baseline, back outside to Sears. Now into the corner, Lysinger gets it back. Her three misses. Graceland took 17 three-point shots in the first half, trying to find the rhythm from beyond the arc, but that shot missed. Vikes bring it the other way. Reyna bounces it off McCoy, now taken away by Sears. Sears ahead of the pack, gives it to Vaughn. Nice unselfish play that time by Kedra Sears. She could have taken the layup herself, but she handed it to her teammate, Sydney Vaughn, who lays it in.
That was the first bucket of the third quarter for the Yellow Jackets.
Come on, Kiana. Wharton down low, up. Too strong off the glass. Kiana got a good look down on the low block, just kind of a bad angle on that shot.
Lindsey Denny will check in.
Graceland the other way. Lysinger hands over to Sears. Right wing, deep three off the right wing, splash. That one knocked down by Sydney Vaughn. Now Graceland wants to press. Vaughn has 9 points in the game. And Lindsey Denny, Savannah Enlow, Julia Vasquez, and Devin Swisegood all check into the Missouri Valley lineup. Looks like Andressa Augusto will be the only starter that will remain on the floor. And coming back in for Central Methodist, or for Graceland, Emily Work.
Yeah, and if a team's going to press, I'd sure want Andressa Augusto out there, and she's still out there. She's a good ball handler.
Vasquez gets it into Andressa. Andressa, nice pass to Julia. Good job running the floor. Ahead to Swisegood. Great job by the Vikings. Denny missed the shot, but offensive rebound by Swisegood, and she's fouled. Ken, that was almost a picture-perfect example of attacking the full-court press by the Vikings.
Augusto took two dribbles, got it to Vasquez up the right side. She got it to the middle of the floor with, I think, one dribble, and then they fired a pass underneath to Denny. Missed the shot, but tell you what, you are right. That ball didn't hit the floor more than 3 or 4 times all the way up court.
Fouls on Vaughn. That's her 3 for Graceland. Outside Denny for the Vikings. Lindsay, the junior out of Everton, hands over to Vasquez, the senior out of Earth, Texas. Enlow back to head of the key to Augusto with 17 on the shot clock. Now nice play by Hosley to force the turnover. Graceland quickly the other way, all the way under to Hosley. Hosley tries to spin inside, and I believe she's going to be hammered down on the low block. So Dana Hosley, a good job getting the rebound, and then a nice job inside going up strong as that foul comes up on Devin Swisegood. That'll be, I thought that was her second. They've only got that as 1 on Devin.
Yeah, I thought that was her second too.
Graceland inbound. Work down the lane, and I think she's going to be bumped by Andressa. Should be a non. They called on Julia. Julia Vasquez picks up her first foul as Emily Work took it down the middle. A little bit of contact, and then Graceland will inbounds. 4:53 left to play in the third quarter. Vikings by 18. Dawkins. Left wing to Sears, or that's Gavoli who's checked into the lineup. Gavoli launched a three-pointer. This came off the left side, missed. Now Julia the other way, missed the shot, but nice offensive rebound by Savannah Enlow. Wraparound pass into Denny. Back to Swisegood, her jumper a little short. Rebound Sears. Now Sears going to be fouled by Enlow. Good ball movement by the Vikings that time. Lindsey Denny got it inside, then found Devin Swisegood in the middle of the lane, but Devin's shot came up a little bit short. Now looks like 5 new Vikings will come on the floor. Raina Smith, Alexis Boyd Lockett, Deidre McCoy, Ashley Ward, and Kiana Wharton. They're the 5 on the floor for the Vikings now. Right wing over to Dawkins. Dawkins lobs down low to Hosley. She spins it up off the glass, tried to go over the top of Wharton. Good defense by Kiana. Went straight up that time, Ken. Didn't try to block the shot. Had a height advantage, went straight up and caused Hosley to miss. Now Hosley will sit down. Elise Salone checks back in.
4 minutes and 12 seconds to go, third quarter, 48-30 Valley.
Ooh, nice entry pass into Salone. Tried to tip it, didn't really catch it. Tried the tip shot, and it rolls around the rim, comes out to Alexis Boyd Lockett. Lockett out of St. Paul, Minnesota. McCoy back to Ward. Ward gives back to Lockett. Lockett thought about a three, instead spins it on the right wing to Rayner. Now Rayner brings it out between the circles with 9 on the shot clock. Vikes need to hurry up here. Rayner wants to go one-on-one with Sears. Into the lane, throws up a runner. Missed the shot. Offensive rebound, Kiana Wharton. Good job on the boards by KW. Now knocked out of bounds by the Jackets as Lysinger checks back into the Graceland lineup.
Men's game coming up after this. I wasn't there, Joe, you were. It was an overtime win. The Vikings came from behind to send it to overtime, but Graceland won it in an extra.
The Vikings were down by 16 points at one time in the second half, came back to tie it up, but then I think Graceland scored the first 8 points of the overtime period. Now Raina Smith. Raina's jumper off the right baseline misses. Tracked down on the rebound by Work. Work head of the key, thinks about a three. Now they get it into Salone. Salone's jumper from about 14 feet missed. Nice rebound by Lockett, but had it taken away by Gavoli. Now another bad pass by Grayson as Raina Smith gets the steal. Deidre McCoy. Deidre goes to the deck one more time. That time they say is off her hands, out of bounds.
Wow, no foul. There was a lot of contact.
I think Deidre tripped maybe over somebody's foot that time. I'm not 100% sure, but got a timeout on the floor. 3:01 left to play in the third quarter. It's all Missouri Valley. Vikings trying to even their conference record. It's 6-6. They lead 48-30.
Well, neither team going to brag about the shooting percentage. The Vikings right now are 19 out of 55 for 35%. And Graceland 12 out of 49 for 24.5%.
The bad news, the Vikings have only hit 19 shots. The good news, they've taken 55 shots.
Yeah, they are putting the ball up. And Valley 3 out of 9 from beyond the arc. Only 3 out of 24, 12.5% for the Yellow Jackets from beyond the arc. Neither team's taking a free throw here in the
and if I was Elizabeth Curry, head coach of Grayson, I'd say, girls, we're 3 out of 24. Keep cranking them.
Keep shooting it. Keep shooting it. Have fun. Get out here. Let's go. Yeah, you're right. They're going to get hot one of these nights, and especially if they play in their own gym. And they're going to get hot, and the next thing you know, they're going to knock somebody off.
Yeah, and they've got some girls that look like they can shoot the three, just not falling today. All right, here we come. Raina Smith, Kiana Wharton, Ashley Ward, Andressa Augusto, Deidre McCoy, the original starting lineup. That's the crew on the floor for the Vikings right now. For Graceland, it's Work, Salone, Gavoli, Dawkins, and Lysinger. Now Gavoli outside, guarded by McCoy. Nice steal as that time Ashley Ward steps in, gets a steal and throws it away. Good steal, but a bad pass.
Turn it over, and I'll give you one right back.
Work sets the offense, guarded by Raina. Spins to the left wing, wraparound pass into Salone. Tried to go through the double team. Now she'll go to the deck with the ball. Raina Smith gets down there and ties her up. And with the alternate possession rule, the ball will come back to the Vikings, I believe.
Vikings will get it back. I'll tell you what, Ashley Ward is really hustling. She always does, but boy, today I'm just noticing her even more than ever going after those loose balls.
She's played well, played very well. She's another girl getting better every game. All right, Vikes walking across. Just over 2 minutes left to play in the third. Raina gets to McCoy. Now down low to Kiana. Come on, finish, Kiana. Kiana drives in, and she's fouled by Salone.
What they call? She hooked and fouled.
I don't know about that one. Looked to me like Salone bumped her pretty good on the drive, but they call the offensive foul on Kiana.
Says she hooked her and went around her, but there was a lot of contact on that baseline.
Yeah, I didn't think the defender was set at all that time. All right, 48-30, 2:10 left. Dawkins, high post, Salone, into the corner, Gavoli. Almost walked with it now, almost threw it away, but it comes back to Salone. Back outside. Work, puts up a three. This one bangs off the back of the rim, no good. Nice rebound, Kiana, quickly ahead to Andressa. Now Augusto wisely didn't have numbers. Now backs out, goes baseline, had it swatted by Salome, but that's going to be a foul. Has a nice take. You see that time Andressa backed it out, then bang, just like that, went right to the baseline and draws the two-shot foul.
She is a really good ball handler. Hadn't scored yet today. She averages 11-9, but she does a lot of good things for this team. Need her on the floor.
Pretty good for us to be up by 18 and that being her first point of the game.
Yeah. 49-30.
Andressa knocks down that. That's her first trip to the free throw line as Ashley Ward comes out. Savannah Enlow checks into the lineup. Raina Smith comes out, and Julia Vasquez comes back in. Andressa with one more here. Try to make it a 20-point game, and she does. 50-30 as we near the end of the third quarter. Again, Graceland looking for their first win in conference play. Vikings trying to move their record to a level 6-6. Vikes have been in the, looks like maybe a little bit of in a zone. They're still in man-to-man. Nice pass inside. That time Graceland gets it into the big girl, Dana Hosley. She spins inside, banks it off the board. She's got 4. 1:18 left. Augusto, lob into Kiana. Kiana back to the middle of the lane, left it short. I think Hosley might have got a little piece of Kiana's hand that time. They didn't call anything. Kiana left the jump shot short, but knocked out of bounds by the Yellow Jackets. The Vikings will inbound. Savannah Enlow will do the honors. Enlow gets it out to Andressa. Andressa deep three off the right wing. This one short. Kiana dives to the floor. Good hustle by Kiana to try to save the offensive rebound, and Tim Dixon calls a quick timeout. So good hustle by Kiana. Good quick call by the coach.
As soon as she had her hands on that ball, the coach took the timeout, and he got it. 50-32 is our score with 1:03 to go. Back to that men's game. We'll talk more about that, but Joe, was a great comeback by the Vikings. And in that contest, Jordan Bowling, who's no longer with us, had 21, or no longer on the team, had 21 points. And Mitch Wood had 16.
Yeah.
So 37 points were scored by Jordan and Mitch. Mitch doesn't play many minutes, and Jordan's no longer on the squad. So somebody's going to have to figure out to come up with that extra scoring today.
I would have bet even money in that game. The Vikes would have won. As I said, they were 16 down in the second half, came back and tied it, but then Graceland scored like the first 8-9 points of the overtime. They were playing at home, so you might expect that, but the Vikes had some momentum. Now McCoy, a jumper off the baseline, missed it, but a great job following the shot. Slashes inside, and she's going to draw a two-shot foul.
You know, that is something they tell you when you start playing basketball in the 3rd grade. When you take a shot, follow your shot. She did it perfectly, took the shot, went right after it. The ball came right back to her, and she got fouled.
I don't know if you remember Tony Galbraith, an outstanding football player at the University of Missouri. Tony also a very good basketball player at Fulton High School, and that's something he did very well. He'd shoot a shot and bang, he'd be in there to get the offensive rebound. That's a skill that's hard to coach.
Go right after, just follow your shot right to the basket.
Deidre missed the first free throw. She'll have one more and missed them both. Don't see that very often, but a nice offensive rebound by Julia Vasquez. Good hustle by the senior out of Earth, Texas. Now gets it head of the key to Enlow. Back to Julia. Julia puts it on the deck with the left hand into McCoy. Oh, nice pass by McCoy to Kiana. Basket and one.
Yeah.
Great job that time as Deidre McCoy drove inside. Just a little shovel pass underneath to her teammate Kiana Wharton. Kiana goes up strong, and chance for the three-point play here.
And Kiana did not put the ball on the floor. She didn't have to. She went right to the glass, used that height, and kept it away from the smaller gals and laid it in.
We said if we're going to win, Kiana has to be in double figures, and that's right where she is right now, 10 points. All of those in the second and third quarter. She'll have a chance to complete the three-point play here under a minute to go. And she does. Kiana, perfect 3 out of 3 from the stripe. Give her 11 on the night, or the afternoon, I guess it is. Vikes by 21. Now McCoy knocks it away, almost fouled Gavoli. No call. Lysinger guarded by Lockett. Bounce pass on the baseline. Work flips it up. She's going to be fouled, I believe, by Deidre.
Deidre didn't like that call. Thought she got ball, but that's her 3rd foul.
If looks could kill, that official would be under.
Official would say, I wouldn't be here anymore. But she didn't say anything.
Nope.
Lindsey Denny will check in after this first free throw.
That's Dee Dee's 3rd foul. 2 shots for Work, and she knocks down the first one. That's Emily Work's first point of the game, 1 out of 3 from the stripe. She averages 6.3 points a game.
Swisegood in, Horton out. 28 seconds to go in the quarter.
So it's Enlow, Vasquez, Swisegood, Lockett, Lindsey Denny, the 5 on the floor. Not a starter on the floor right now for the Vikings as Work buries both free throws. Under a minute to play, 26 seconds. Now the ball knocked away by the Yellow Jackets. Vikes get it back with 26 seconds left.
See if the Vikes will work for the last shot.
Shot clock is turned off. Boyd Lockett, the outside player, the junior out of St. Paul. Hands in the corner to Enlow. Enlow backs out between the circles. Down to 10, 9, right wing Lockett. 6. Jump shot by Denny. This one's short. Rebound by Sears. And that's going to be it for the third quarter. As a shot at the buzzer by Lysinger bangs off the backboard. We played 3 here at the Burns Center, Grover Redford Gymnasium. The Vikings 10 minutes away from evening their conference record as they lead at 53-34.
And let's take a look at the third quarter statistics after 3 quarters. Graceland 5 out of, they'll have to check that in the quarter. It looks like the Vikings were 8 out of 23. We'll have to check that again to make sure we get those statistics right. It looks like something is not showing up there. But I do know one thing. They're shooting about 12% are the Yellow Jackets from beyond the arc. So they're not shooting very well from beyond the arc there. And the Vikings have the lead 53-34. The Vikes had 42 at the half, so they scored 11 points in that half. 11-9, they outscored the Yellow Jackets. So Valley, barring something very strange, will be 6-6 in another 10 minutes of action, and Graceland will still be looking for their win. But that's important for Valley, Joe, because you want to stay in that. You're probably not going to be in the top 4 or 5. You're probably, realistically, you're shooting for 6th place. Realistically, that's what the Vikings are going to do.
If they get very hot this second round, and we've got Central Methodist, Mid-American, Baker all at home during this second round. So to move up, you're going to have to knock off a couple of those top-tier teams, and just have to take it one game at a time and see what happens.
Vikings shooting 33%, Graceland 26% for the game.
Graceland gets the ball to start the fourth quarter. They get it into Salone. Nice drive by her. She wheels around Devin, but Devin gets a rebound. Salone missed the shot. Good rebound by Swisegood out of Salisbury. Gives it to Denny. Denny puts up a jumper. Lindsay's shot goes in, danced around, and then dropped. So Lindsay Denny knocks down her 4th point of the game with about a 12-foot baseline jumper. Extends the lead back to 21. Vaughn. Head of the key to Salone. Salone guarded by Swisegood. Hands back to Lysinger. Now Dawkins. Tried to come around a screen. Cut off by Vasquez. Sears. Down low to Salone. Salone tried to split the double team. There's a deep 3 by Dawkins. Off the right side. Julia Vasquez tracks down the loose ball. Here comes JV on the run. Enlow. Enlow had three triples in the first half. Has not scored here in the second half. As soon as I said that, she goes in the lane, flipped up a runner, and missed it.
She's missed 2 shots, and they've both been inside that 3-point line.
Need to get her open from beyond the arc. She can hit that triple. Here comes Sears. Wild shot missed. Rebound Denny. And Denny ahead to Lockett. Lockett to Vasquez. JV backs it out right in front of Coach Tim Dixon. Swisegood in the air, short. Rebound Dawkins. Dawkins, I think Dawkins took a couple steps. No call, though. Deep 3 by Lysinger. Rebound Lockett. Oh, they're down by 21. Let it go.
Let it go.
Ahead to Swisegood, up and in. Nice job as the Vikings get it down quickly. Devin Swisegood gets down ahead of the pack, got the low pass, lays it in. Devin's got 4. 23-point lead with 8 minutes left in the game. Now Vaughn double team, goes over Denny. Good defense by Lindsay that time. Missed the shot. Here comes Lockett ahead to Vasquez. Julia baseline jumper. Good. Julia Vasquez stops on a dime on the baseline. That's her first bucket in timeout as Coach Elizabeth Curry wants to slow things down a little bit. 59-34, the Vikings lead at 7:48 left to play everybody getting in on the action right now.
Everybody that's played except Alexis Boyd Lockett has scored now.
I think that's
so.
10. Is that 10 or 11? That's 11 players, I think, that have scored for the Vikings.
Well, that basket by Julia, that was made it 11 players.
Well, and I'll tell you, give Coach Tim Dixon, Coach Tom Head, and Coach Briggs, Amy Briggs, a lot of credit. They've done a good job substituting today. A game you should win, and they got a lot of players in the game early. A lot of people have played quite a bit, and they've done a good job.
Oh, yeah, and some of these gals are going to play most of this quarter now. You're right. They do get a few minutes, but they don't get a lot of playing time, and this is one where Coach can get them in. And what I like Tim's doing, he has this different unit in, but he's not just sitting there. He is coaching this unit like it's a 2-point game, and why not?
Yeah.
Now, as I say that, he's going to bring Raina back in for one last shot. Looks like he's going to basically bring his starters, with exception of McSmith, back in, probably for the next 3 or 4 minutes, and then they'll be done.
Yeah, Kiana Wharton, Deidre McCoy, Raina Smith, Morgan McSmith, and Andressa Augusto, the 5 on the floor for the Vikings right now. Under 8 minutes to play, 59-34. Biggest lead of the day for the Vikings. Sears in the right wing to work. Head of the key to Dawkins. Dawk goes down the middle now, hands back out to work. Spins around Augusto into the lane. Jumper by Hosley. Didn't get her feet set. Missed the shot. Nice rebound by Gravoli. She goes up with a follow shot, and she's going to be fouled, I think, by Kiana. I think that foul, and that's going to be the 3rd foul on Kiana Wharton as she fouls Nina Gavoli, and that'll put Gavoli on the line for 2.
Well, 2 stats to tell you what Graceland's problems today, Joe. 13 out of 56, 23% from the field, and 18 turnovers.
Yeah, that not going to win. Nope. Gavoli out of Lee Summit. She's a freshman out of Lee Summit. Nina Gavoli or Nina Gavoli. I'm not exactly sure how she pronounces it, but she'll have one more shot here. Second shot good. So Gavoli gets 1 out of 2. And it's a 24-point Viking lead. Now a little pressure by the Yellow Jackets. Coach Curry's team not backing down, and the Vikes throw it away against the press.
Raina trying to go across court and hit Augusto, and Augusto was racing toward the basket. The ball went right over her head. I don't think she could have caught it anyway. It was a pretty high pass, so a turnover.
Give Graceland credit. They've only got 9 players. They're down by 24 points, yet they're still in the full court press.
Still hanging in there.
Admire that competitiveness.
You bet.
Now Gavoli on the left wing, picked up by McCoy. Gets it head of the key to work. Work back to Gavoli. Now try to lob it inside, knocked away by Wharton, but Hosley gets it back and misses the inside shot. And Deidre McCoy didn't go to the floor that time, but she went right over the top of the Graceland bench.
Well, Vikings are going to win this. They'll be 6-6 in conference play.
Mo Valley on defense right now. Dawkins, head of the key to Sears. Now a little shoving underneath as Gavoli and Kiana Wharton going at it, and they're going to call a foul. Calling Deidre, Deidre, I guess. Call her a foul, so that'll be the 4th foul on Deidre McCoy. She's got 4. I've got Kiana Wharton with 3. Still a non-shooting foul. That's the 2nd foul of this 4th quarter on the Vikings. Sears looking. Gets it in. There's a deep 3 by Work off the right side. Good. Boy, we could see that when that was right in front of us. Had great rotation. You could tell that and had a good chance of going in, and it did. So give Work 5 points in the game. Makes it a 21-point game. Vikes break the press. Ahead to McCoy. Deidre spins in, and she's going to be fouled by Hosley.
Ends up on her backside.
I think Deidre thinks, I want him to call a foul. They'll more apt to call a foul if I go to the ground.
That's right. They called the foul on Sears.
Called on Sears. Okay, that's her. Yeah, you're right. Her second. I thought it was on Hosley, but they called it on Sears. So Deidre McCoy.
Well, I guess that's the 3rd foul on Sears.
At the line, Deidre has 11, make it 12 points in the game. She'll have one more shot here. Deidre right at her average. I've got her 12.1 point a game, so she's at 12 right now.
And she's a 75% free throw shooter. She's only 2 out of 5 tonight, so uncharacteristic for her. But you're right, 12.1. She's the leading scorer, and she's right there.
Try to go over her average with this 2nd free throw, and she does. So Deidre knocks down both. 6.5 left to play. Vikings by 23. Vikes Vikes net man, and Gusto. There's a deep three off the left wing, and that's good by Gavoli. So the Yellow Jackets have buried their last two 3-point shots, one by Gavoli and one by Work. Now Work knocks it out of bounds on the far side.
6:09 to go, 61-41 Valley in comfortable territory here, but you're right. The Yellow Jackets still pressing. They're up on the bench. They're cheering these gals on. They want to make a run here in the fourth quarter.
Well, you know, and that's good coaching, to keep your girls, keep them pumped up, keep them playing hard when you haven't won a game in conference play. Smith, Reyna. Reyna gets it outside to Kiana. Kiana now back to Mick Smith. Morgan puts it on the deck between the circles, gives back to Reyna. Reyna, nice pass into Kiana. Hosley got a little piece of it. Now they say Kiana stepped on the out-of-bounds line, so a nice defensive play by Dana Hosley that time. And Ken, I see Coach Paul Troth across the way. I wonder if maybe that's maybe a recruit he's talking to on the far side over there.
He's had some recruits in this week, so they're working to rebuild that football. I say rebuild, but they didn't have the season they wanted last year, so they've been working hard.
Those coaches, they do a great job. Now lob down inside. Oh, nice entry passes. That time Cavoli gets it to Hosley. Hosley got position down the low block, lays it in. Give Hosley 6 points in the game. It's an 18-point game. Graceland, I think, scored the last 5 or 6 points of the game. Now outside to Augusto. And Dressa backs it outside. Now gives it head of the key to Reyna. Senior out of St. Louis with a left-hand dribble. Backs it out between the circles. Right wing to Deidre. Good cut by Augusto. Dressa missed the shot.
Boy, Dressa just is off the outside shot, and that was one she normally hits. She just has the 2 points, and although it's still an 18-point game, this Yellow Jacket team, they just want to get this a little closer. They want to make it a little closer.
Great play by the Vikings, and Dressa came off of a screen. Good movement without the ball. Nice pass by McCoy, and Dressa just missed the reverse layup. So 5 minutes to go, 61-43. Vikes are going to win it, but you want to see them close this thing out well. Outside Work, guarded by Reyna, almost lost control. Now hands it back outside to Avery Roan, who's checked back in. Deep three by Work. That's way out there. That missed. And the Vikes will just let that one go on out of bounds. Work says, I've hit one, but that was a little bit out of the range right there, I think. Graceland still in that press. Looks like a 1-2-2 zone press, I'm thinking. Yep. Now Coach Tim Dixon, I think, wants a timeout. Vikes don't hear him. Oh, pretty good job breaking it, though. Good pass ahead to McCoy, who almost lost it, missed the shot. Vikes did a good job breaking the press, just did not do a good job finishing it off.
Yeah, she might have got called for a travel, missed the shot anyway.
Yeah, I think she did, but no call. Now outside to Salone. Salone splits the double team, goes up with the left hand. That was a nice move that time as Elise Salone went right through the double team. Put it up with the left hand, give her 7 points, and there's that press again. Now the Vikes throw it away again. That time the 1-2-2 press bothers the Vikes, and Coach Tim Dixon's seen enough of that. He wants a timeout.
Well, the Vikings had this game under control, and again, still under control, but that lead down to 16 with 4:05 to go. Now the Yellow Jackets hit a couple of threes now. And they've improved, believe it or not, with hitting those last couple threes. They've improved to 16.5% from beyond the arc. But now the Valley's turned it over 16 times. Tim can't be happy with that.
Well,
16 turnovers.
You don't want to take a 23-point lead. You know you're probably going to win this game, but you don't want to take a 23-point lead and end up holding on to win by 7 or 8.
Right.
You want to finish out and put it away. It has a good timeout by Coach Dixon.
Yeah, they had a little rattled by this press and turned it over the last couple of times. Men's game was followed. Looks like we'll be right on schedule. So about 4 o'clock, we'll have the men's game for you. Boy, I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a high-scoring, should be a high-scoring, fun game. Valley comes in averaging 83, Graceland 80. They both give up right around 80 points. So
yeah,
could be some fireworks.
And Graceland, a team not very big, but they like to get that ball up and down the floor. They run the floor pretty well. Okay. It's Graceland ball, 61-45, 4 minutes left to play here. As again, Vikes trying to get to that 500 mark in conference and will stay in no worse than a tie for 6th place. There's a three by Work that misses. Nice rebound, Deidre McCoy. Dee gets it ahead to Andressa. Andressa walks it across the timeline, hands back outside to Reyna. Morgan McSmith. Nice reverse dribble by Morgan. Pulls up at the free throw line. Her jumper off the right side. Left side of the rim, no good. And knocked off the hands, I think, of Deidre McCoy out of bounds as Lindsey Denny and Ashley Ward come back in. Deidre McCoy, Raina Smith, take a seat. 3.5 left. Vikes been in that man. A lot of times the Vikes will play zone, but they played man-to-man most of the way here this afternoon. Salone guarded outside by Wharton. Lob down low to Vaughn. Salone with a three. Missed it. Offensive rebound, Sears. High post, Salone. Into the corner. Deep three off the right wing. Taken by Vaughn, missed. Now battle for the loose ball. Emily Work wins the battle. And Emily's going to be fouled by either Morgan McSmith or Ashley Ward. Take your pick. I think they both got her. They call it on Morgan.
They call it on Morgan. Her second, and just the third team foul of the quarter. Here comes Swisegood back in for Kiana. Kiana, another double-double. I had her with 11 points. She had 13 rebounds.
She's played much better the second after the first quarter. Deep three off the right wing. This one rolls around, taken by Work, rolled around, but an offensive rebound by Salone, now taken away by Ward. Oh, Ashley. Ooh, they're going to call an offensive foul on Ashley. I'm not sure Emily Work was set time. Ashley with the ball ran over her, but I thought Work in that press was moving quite a bit, but they call Ashley with the
and
charge.
Tim Dixon saying, hey, she got the ball, didn't have time to turn around. I kind of agree with that too, but there was a collision, and as they turned to look, they called it on number 2, Ashley Ward.
Graceland gets it back, 2:54 left. It's still a 16-point Missouri Valley lead. Vikes going to win it, but let's want to close it out well. Sears, good ball movement by the Jackets. They get it to ball and almost walk with it. Back to Work, inside to Salone. Salone travels as she bumps into Devin Swisegood, and Salone does a little shuffle trying to show the official at least what she thought she did, but he says that's not the way I saw it.
No, that's not what we saw, ma'am, and you're going to get called for it.
All right, Vikes get it. There's that press again. Oh, now a little miscommunication between Andressa Augusto and Morgan McSmith. Andressa thought Morgan was going to be back as a safety valve. Morgan had started down floor, so now here comes Alexis Boyd Lockett into the lineup. Morgan will come out. .232 left to play. There's a deep three by Vaughn, no good. Nice rebound, good strong rebound by Ashley Ward. Ashley's done a good job on the boards today. Ahead to Andressa. Left wing, it comes to Denny. Denny out to Andressa. Andressa's three off the left wing. Boy, just not a good shooting day for Andressa Augusto, but a nice offensive rebound, Ashley Ward. Into Swisegood. Devin almost lost it. Now bounces it back out to Lockett. And Augusto will set the offense with 17 on the shot clock, down to 2 minutes in the game. Lob into Denny. Lindsay goes up strong. Nice job by Lindsay as she got the ball. Good pass by Swisegood. Denny got the ball in the low block, goes up strong, and she's whacked on the arm. So the junior out of Everton, Missouri will be on the line for 2 here.
And I believe that's the fourth, that's the fourth foul on Sears. Academic now with 1:55 to go.
Denny with 4 points in the game, make it 5 as that's her first trip to the line. Lindsay buries the first one. As Dawkins checks back in for Graceland, and coming in for the first time today for the Vikings, Alyssa Misselt.
Yeah, we saw her last week for the first time, didn't we?
She's a freshman out of Ridgeland, Wisconsin. Yeah, she played on the road our game last week up at Mid-Am, I think, for the first time we'd seen her. And Denny knocks down both free throws, give Lindsay 6 in the game. Salone, deep three by Lysinger off the left wing. Bangs up, no good. And Vaughn and Missile both go to the floor. Now they're going to call a foul as one of the Yellow Jackets who knocked to the floor and slow to get up.
I think maybe taking an elbow.
I'm not sure what happened. I think the foul is going to come up on Devin Swisegood, I believe. Now one of the trainers come out. I can't see which number that is on the floor. I'm not sure which player,
Got a point
which
in the back
Graceland
of her
player
head
that
like
is.
she might have been elbowed. Alex Thompson, who is one of our trainers, works with the women's basketball team, is out taking a look at her.
Hope she's okay. Hope she's all right.
63-45 is our score with 1:41 to go.
I'm trying to guess. It might be Roan. That could be Avery Roan. I'm not sure. I know she checked. No, she's on. I see her on the bench, so I'm not sure. That might be Lysinger.
But she got hit in the back.
Maybe who that is.
They're working on her. 63-45 is the score. The Vikings, with the lead, have scored just 10 points here in this quarter, but had this one well in hand.
I think it's Haley Lysinger, I believe. Okay. I'm not 100% sure of that, but I think that is Haley.
Men's game coming up. We should get started about 4 o'clock in that one.
Haley, if it is Haley, I think it. Yeah, Haley's a freshman out of Blue Springs.
I think she took an elbow
out of Blue
back.
Springs. She's okay. She's on her feet, walking slowly to the bench. She'll come out of the game, but she's on her feet and walking. Looks like walking normally. So I'm not sure if she took an elbow or I didn't see her bump her head, but we don't know. They'll take her out, so it looks like Grayson will have to put somebody else. I think that was that a shooting foul? That's the 5th team foul on the Vikings. So that should be a 2-shot foul, I think.
So we'll see who
Coach
Curry is going to have shoot.
Yeah, substitute free throw shooter. Coach, I'll shoot. Now, let me try him. Let me have one.
I'll go in and take a shot.
Now they're going to put.
It looks like we see on the replay on our video that when she was going for that loose ball, she and Swisegood collided, and so that's
nothing intentional.
No.
Emily Work will do the honors. She'll have 2 shots here for Graceland. First shot good. So good choice by Coach Curry. Work will have one more. 1:41 left to play in the game, and Work buries them both. They'll put that press on again. Denny, good job by Lindsay. Ahead to Missile. Nice pass to Augusto. Great pass that time by Alyssa Missile as she found Andressa Augusto streaking down the right lane. Andressa laid it in, and there's a 3 off the right side by Vaughn. Splash. Sydney Vaughn buries a triple. Here come the Vikes the other way. Ahead to Denny. Up. Denny missed the shot, but she's fouled.
Nice pass from Andressa. She came down on the break, lobbed it up toward the rim, and Denny went up and got it, but she was fouled, and I think the foul is going to be called on Salone.
And now Lee Salone, that's only her 2nd foul. She's played very aggressively all day long. So Lindsay Denny back on the line again. Lindsay buries another free throw. She's a perfect 3 out of 3 from the stripe. I've got her at 7 points in the game. She'll have one more here. Second shot, perfect. Good job, Lindsay. So Lindsay knocks down 4, give her 8. 1:15 left to play, 17-point Viking lead. 3 off the left wing, this time by Dawkins is good. So Christacia Dawkins knocks down her 2nd triple of the game. And folks, we got a 14-point game. It was 23 not that long ago. Now Missile, the left-hander, puts one up and in.
Why not?
Alyssa Missile banks it off the backboard and in. So that might be Alyssa's first point as a Viking. And quickly, Grayson the other way. Vaughn misses a shot. Rebound Denny for the Vikings. Under a minute to play. Good to see Missile getting the scoring foul.
Left-hander.
Yep. Use the backboard.
Shoot it again.
She does. She missed this one. 35 seconds left to play. Work in the corner. Dawkins wanted to launch another one. Lost the handle on it, though. Work will take one. Head of the key. Off the left side. Rebound. Swisegood. Hold her up, girls. 21 seconds left to play. Shot clock's turned off. 16-point Viking lead.
Andressa's going to dribble it out. That's the win the Vikings needed, Joe. They were the heavy favorite coming in. They needed to take care of business, and they did.
And the Vikings, a 69-53 win. They won 2 games in a row. They're even up 6-6 in conference play as the horn goes off. So a good win for Tim Dixon and the troops. Long trip to William Penn on Wednesday.
We'll talk to the coach in just a bit.
My name is Sue Smith. I'm 38 years old, and I work at a graphic design company, which is funny, because I couldn't even draw a stick figure when I was a kid. But I met someone who told me, you know what? You can do anything if you really want to. And if the teenage me were here, she'd tell you,
I wouldn't be into drawing and art if it wasn't for big brothers, big sisters. Most kids from my neighborhood don't get into art. They get into trouble.
But I was lucky because my big sister showed me early on that I didn't have to be like most people. And to the young me,
that meant a lot. My big sister's name is Sheila, and Sheila is the reason that this 8-year-old grows up to have an amazing job as a graphic designer.
Whether you donate money or time, you're helping Big Brothers Big Sisters help a child, and that can last a lifetime. Start something today at bigbrothersbigsisters.org. Brought to you by Big Brothers Big Sisters and the Ad Council.
Vikings win 69-53. Tim Dixon, that's the kind of start you wanted to get off to. A game that you're the favorite in. You jumped out to a big lead early and really never looked back.
Yeah, and we pushed the ball, and that was the game plan today. We really worked this last couple days on just getting the ball at the floor as fast as we can. We knew that we'd be able to run on them a little bit, and so it worked out, you know. And I don't know what we shot, but holy crap, we probably missed 13 layups. 13. Did we not miss 13 layups? I mean, that's 26 points. We should have been 90-something to 50-something.
Well, you were 25 out of 73, 34%.
That's, ugh.
Yeah.
Because we can't make layups.
Yeah, and you're right. There are a lot of those shots.
Annoying.
If I look at your shot chart, a lot of those shots are right inside the lane.
Annoying.
So, but you get there. But on the other hand, you held them 19 out of 72, just 27%. So
yeah, well, that's not too bad. I mean, yeah, I'm happy. You know, listen, a win's a win, and I'm happy for the kids, and hopefully this constitutes the start of a winning streak. You know, I think defensively we're getting better and better every game, and hopefully the kids can start making layups.
Yeah. I tell you what, who I was impressed, and of course we can talk about the regulars, but Ashley Ward, I thought really at the beginning of the game, came out. She had 2 or 3 steals early on, a couple of buckets. She kind of set tone for you. I like the way she came out and started the game for you.
Yeah, she does a good job defensively. That's why she starts. She's probably not the best offensive player that we have on the team, but she's hands down probably one of our better defensive players. So always in position, knows what to do. You know, has little mental lapses here and there, but does a great job. And everybody, I think, got minutes today, and really happy about that. You know, and our little freshman came off the bench and had another point. So happy for the group. You know, hopefully we can keep it going, and we got to shoot better next game.
Well, you had 12 gals score, though, so you spread it around pretty good, didn't you? You always like to see that.
Yeah.
All right, Coach, we'll go to William Penn. First time we've ever been there. I know for me anyway, and
mine too.
It's the first time. So we got them here, so you'd like to get them up there and get a nice road win, wouldn't you?
I would, and this is probably William Penn's probably the team I worry about the most. They're playing super good since we played them. And so this is going to be a dogfight at their place, and hopefully we can get some calls. And, you know, it's always hard to win on the road in this conference. And, you know, but if we can steal one up there, I think it will really put us in position to make a good run. Because really, here's how I've told our team, it's started a brand new season today. You know, I mean, we've gone through the conference once, so now we're starting, you know, play again, and now we swept Graceland. So it's a brand new season, one game at a time, and hopefully we can win on the road up there and continue to climb or stay. I'll be happy with both where we're at now. But I think we can climb and get a little bit higher in the conference based on how things are coming together.
Well, you'll either be a game ahead or tied with them going in next Wednesday, so it'll be a big game.
Yeah, I'd imagine we'll be tied.
Yeah,
so it's going to be a big conference game.
All right, Coach, thanks for stopping by. Great win today, and we'll see you Wednesday.
All right, sounds good.
All right, so that's it. We're going to have to get out of here. We'll go over the scoring very quickly, and then get ready for the men's game. We'll go over more statistics for you at the beginning, at halftime of the men's game. But Kiana Horton had 13. Deidre McCoy had 11. 7 for Ashley Ward. Ashley Onaka had a couple. Savannah Enlow, 9. Vasquez, 2. Augusto, 4. Morgan McSmith had a couple of points. Raina Smith had 5. Missett had 2. Swisegood, 4. Denny had 8 for the total of 69. 53 for Graceland, their leading scorer. Sydney Vaughn is their leading scorer. She had 12. 7 for Emily Works, 7 for Salone, 8 for Christacia Dawkins, 5 for Sears. So, Joe, that was a win. The Vikings, you thought they were going to get coming in. They got it. Impressive win.
Yeah,
I mean, a good win.
Vikings jumped out early, took control of the game early on. Graceland made a nice run. The Jackets never quit, but the Vikings held on, and 500 heading to William Penn on Wednesday.
And William Penn will either be tied or a game behind the Vikings, depending how they do at Avalon. We're going to get out of here, take a quick break. We'll come back with the men's game. We'll be on the air on both mobile.edu, the video and the audio, in about 15 minutes from right now.